Welcome to Massive Beers. My name is Matt. We do the beer stuff here. Yeah, well, Alvarium up in this piece in the form of their Green Out. Green Out, son. New England Double IPA. 8% alcohol by volume. Comes courtesy of my boy, Steven. South box of beer. This be in that box. Come down for a pint and a crisp high five. Alvarium Beer Company. Okay, story time. They do story time on the side here. Anyway, we have, say man, you going green? It'd be a lot cooler if you did. Alvarium Crew. Brewed with Strata and Idaho 7 hops. Thanks for picking up this can. Clearly you have good taste and or attraction to shiny things. The can is still inside. Put it down the can and cause emotional damage. Blah, blah, blah. It said the same thing I reviewed. So, Steven, this bums me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. Steven sent me a rice lager from that I reviewed that. Actually, I reviewed it just before this one. Two beers before this one. And it had the same kind of like, thanks for picking up this can. It's canned text. I thought they were going to make this kind of fun and unique to every beer. That's a bummer. Anyway, let's not get too all hot and bothered over it. Art design on this, again, very, very cool. It's got this kind of like, almost like old school kind of like Reefer Madness-y kind of weirded out kind of artwork on it that I dig quite a bit. So, Alvarium, doing a good job. Beer-wise, guess what? Yeah, it looks like a hazy IPA. Not only does it look like a hazy IPA, it looks like how I want a hazy IPA to look. And you'd be surprised how hard it is for people to get that right. Index finger, barely micron off white head. Apricot juicy kind of core to it. It's hazy, but it's not super turbid. Off to a very fun start. Let's get a nose. Soft, little sweet. And that's the word here. Not overly sweet, but sweet. Citrus vibes. Very light, though. Definitely not like double IPA kind of bursting at the seams 2x4 to the face stuff. So, sweet little citrus vibe. When I say sweet, I don't mean like an overtly under-attenuated kind of precursor to sweetness. I mean like a fancy dessert that are like not like overtly sweet kind of thing. And there's that soft little Sabro kind of little pseudo kind of coconut vibe kind of thing, or Strata. Jesus Christ, Strata. But yeah, it smells quite nice. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's really good. Wow, that's really good. Man. So, I mean, this is not a perfect IPA, double IPA. But the combination of hops here, now they're playing off, is very, very, very cool. First things first, I usually talk about mouthfeel. It's probably on a little bit of the lesser side of mouthfeel, especially for being a double IPA. You want something a bit more lush, a bit more rich. It's not going to be confused with thin, but it's definitely not like a full, silky, kind of pillowy mouthfeel to it. Kind of falls decently short of that. The sweetness level in this is absolutely perfect for double IPA. It's just slightly under attenuated to where you had that little bit of extra sweetness. Kind of helps bring this beer along. Not a super sharp sweetness also. It's not that super ultra confectionery shaved edge kind of sweetness. The pseudo-lactose super pillowy, oaty kind of thing. But it's very, very close. But it is the combination of that Strata and Idaho 7 that's making a really fun combination of hoppiness. It's like, I've always gotten like almost like a pseudo, I like using that word this review apparently, pseudo rice spiciness from Idaho 7. It's always had this spiciness to it. And I'm definitely getting that here. On the other end of things, I do have this tropical fruit, kind of almost like margarita-like. I talked about coconut, kind of mistakenly said that, kind of talking about Sabro versus Strata, but I feel like that's here, and I don't feel like I'm just kind of forcing it in my head. It almost has this like coconutty margarita kind of thing going on the tropical fruit side of things, and the other end of things, I'm assuming that's that strata pulling all that in there. When you add that combination in a spiciness, and sure, that spiciness is probably a little bit of hoppiness, a little bit of greenness, a little bit of, you know, bitterness from both sides of the hops kind of help prop that spiciness up. But it makes a really cool combination of hop flavor that's not ultra unique. It's a flavor profile that I'm not recalling getting much, if not, I'm sure I've gotten it before because it kind of rings a little bit of a bell, but there's just this cool combination that I just don't get in hazies, and you're getting it here. It drinks like a little bit below its weight class. Like it drinks probably more like a 7.5% beer as opposed to 8%. I'm not gonna get too hot and bothered about that. And again, if there's a sharp that mouthfeel just a little bit, I think this would be like all-timer, all-level, amazing goodness. And it's still really, really tasty stuff. Very cool hop combination. Very fun beer. Thank you very much, Steven, for sending this off. Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's talk about it. This is one of the better double IPAs I've had. I was like, yeah, it's a Mount Rushmore status. Probably worthy. Worthy. If that mouthfeel was on point, easy. Easy peasy. Maybe barely on the outside looking in, but worthy being up there. Value and availability, no idea. Steven or anybody else who's purchased this, let me know what you spent and leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like really well done hazy, you know, double IPA and otherwise. I picked this up, double IPA, 8%, small brewery. This is 18 to 20 bucks. I picked this up. I ripped one of these. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy I bought this. There's zero qualms to it. So if you dig on hazy, you'll dig on this. So there we go. Review in the books. Hopefully you enjoyed. Alvarium. Have you had their beers? Have you had this beer? What's your favorite Alvarium beer? All that fun stuff down there. Hopefully you enjoyed a review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of a hazy goodness right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.